your weekly recap. I know I said I wanted to be able to get them out on Mondays, but I thought about it and I think Tuesdays work best for me. So that's when you can expect the weekly recap to come out every single Tuesday, early morning or the afternoon, depending on my mood. I'm just playing with y'all. And let's get started right away. So it's been an interesting week. We'll start off with the MLB, obviously getting out of the All-Star break and getting into the second half. We've seen a couple teams start off hot already with the first series on the way, and some teams have started off not so hot. One team that's been kind of in the middle, has been the Mets. A 2-2 series versus the Marlins. Marlins have given them trouble all year, but they're still one of those fringe teams who I'd like to see buy at the deadline. They've really, made a push in the last month or two, and a good second half approach. Get some guys at the deadline. They're expecting to get Kodai Senga back this Friday. Would love to see that. That ghost fork, a really special pitcher. I would love to see that in New York. But yeah, if they can get the right guys on this team and create just like a full roster, that lineup is already really deadly. But to get a couple bullpen pieces and maybe add a bat or two, I feel like this team could make a deep postseason run if they can, keep it going through the second half, get into the postseason, and then, like I've said previously, the postseason is just a free-for-all in the MLB. So if they're able to get in there, I could really see them making a deep run. Another team like that, the Houston Astros. Oh my God. Seattle Mariners, they make up 10 games in just over a month. That is unbelievable. Obviously, the standings are subject to change. Nothing is set so far. Nothing is set till the last game of the season, obviously. But, dude, 10 games in 30 days? That's like unheard of. As a Mets fan, I saw the Braves, come back 10 games on the Mets, but that was over like a 2-month span. This was in 32 days. 32 days. That is unbelievable. If you're a Houston Astros fan, I would be standing up proud. That is a real fight from a very good team who I could see making a deep postseason run. They're going to make a good push. They're going to be buyers at the deadline for sure. If they're able to get Justin Verlander back, get those bats going with Altuve. Yordan Alvarez, he hit for the cycle this past week. So it's going to be very interesting to see those two teams, the Mets and the Astros. The Mets actually start the Subway Series tonight. Mets-Yankees, the second Subway Series of the year. The last one, the Mets were able to sweep it. So we're gonna see what could happen. I don't know the starting pitchers for the series yet. If y'all know, you could let me know and let me know in the comments. But I think Luis Severino could be starting the back end game of this series. And that's going to be very interesting to watch because he said over and over again that he was disappointed last series that he was unable to face the Yankees, his former team. This series, I believe he may get a chance to play the Yankees, and it's going to be very interesting. He has been excellent all year, a 7-3 record, under a 4 ERA. So it's going to be really, really entertaining to watch this Subway Series. Obviously, the Yankees have been struggling as of late. They were able to scrape out a win last night, but and then the Mets, obviously, who have been surging as of late. It's going to be a very interesting Subway Series, and like I said last Subway Series, I'm all for it. It's just entertaining baseball from start to finish, and I can't wait to watch it. So it's going to be a great couple of months heading into the postseason. Obviously, from 1 week from today, I believe, is the trade deadline. So that weekly recap next week is going to be extremely full packed. So make sure to tune into that. But the MLB is getting very interesting as we, cap off July and get into August closer and closer to the postseason. So make sure y'all tune into those episodes. Moving on to the NBA, Summer League has been wrapped up. Obviously, last night was the championship, I believe. Haven't really been paying attention too much to that. I saw it was the Grizzlies and the Heat. Not quite sure who won. I know a couple guys like Khalil Ware on the Heat. Don't really know any other prospects that they have. And on the Grizzlies side, I've seen obviously Gigi Jackson, who was a late rising star last year, and then Scottie Pippen Jr., who has been excellent in this summer league. So, I mean, it's kind of an interesting format for the NBA. Give these younger guys a chance to compete for a championship, I guess you can call it. So, I mean, it's quite entertaining to see young guys, compete for this. And not only are they competing for a championship, but they're also competing for a roster spot. So, really, great series of games. Obviously, really, I've only been paying attention to the Knicks side of things. A guy who has fought for his roster spot and will 100% get it is Tyler KOLEK. Tyler KOLEK has been unbelievable in the 5 summer league games. 5 summer league games, 35 assists, 7 assists a game. He was a steal. Pick 34 of the second round. Me personally, I don't watch college basketball. I'll let you guys know that right now. I don't watch college basketball. But when the Knicks got this guy, and I did, my research, because I do my little research. I looked at some highlights. I scouted him a little bit. I was like, this has to be a steal. 7 assists in college, per game. He's a crafty player. I thought he was a mini Jalen Brunson, to be honest with you. And now he's going to be backing up Jalen Brunson, being the leader for that second unit in New York. This is really, really, really promising for the Knicks. They got a young guy who's going to be able to give Jalen Brunson his rest, and they can trust that he's going to lead that second unit, get 5 to 6 assists. Jalen Brunson was the leading assist man on the Knicks last year. He had 6 assists a game. 6 assists a game. Tyler KOLEK could easily average 5 in the 15 minutes he's going to get? It's been reported that he's going to play against older veterans like Cameron Payne and Miles McBride. They really trust him that much, which I am all for. I love to see it. He's a young, crafty player. He knows what he's doing on the court. His court vision is unbelievable. I saw a player the other day. You guys have definitely seen it. He drives into the paint, fakes a layup, 360, kicks it out into the corner for 3? What? Good Lord, man. Good Lord, that is wizardry. No glaze, but that's wizardry, man. That is unbelievable. I really hope that he is as good as we are projecting him to be. And if he is, boy, this Knicks team is going to be trouble. Everybody talks about Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. Nah, Tyler KOLEK. Watch out. Watch out, NBA. That was a rant. Good Lord. Lastly, we'll finish off with the NFL. Nothing crazy so far, but we're going to get training camp started soon. Obviously, we've seen a couple teams that have fully reported already. The Chiefs are one of those teams. Xavier Worthy is looking good. Patrick Mahomes bombs to Xavier Worthy. I did not think the Chiefs could get any better. As a 49ers fan, this only makes me more angry. But, I mean, if they get to the Super Bowl again and we get to the Super Bowl again, I want to see that because I want revenge. I want revenge. Speaking of receivers who played in that Super Bowl, Brandon Ayuk, obviously, like we talked about it, requested the trade. It's been reported that the 49ers have zero interest in trading him. Not surprised at all. And, yeah, he's probably going to hold out. Another guy who's planning on holding out is Jordan Love. He's currently in the midst of contract negotiations for a new contract in Green Bay. And then we'll see what happens with other guys like CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks as we get into the preseason and training camp, obviously. I'd love to see this side of football, really, because training camp and preseason kind of gives a shine on these younger guys or less looked at guys who don't really get as much spotlight. And it's going to be really interesting to watch, 6th round, 7th round, undrafted free agent picks who are just going to be able to showcase their raw talent and maybe be able to fight for a roster spot, possibly. So it's going to be really interesting to watch. I love to see it from start to finish, see which guys are able to grind it out, get a roster spot, and then possibly make a difference on their team. So it's going to be a really interesting couple of months for sports in general, as the NFL season starts. The NBA season, like that NBA offseason is extremely short. The NBA season starts in 2-3 months? So get ready for that. And then obviously the MLB postseason starting at starting the beginning of October. So like I said, a super entertaining month, and all that means is more Matt with the Mic episodes. So please keep tuning in, keep watching. I have some decent stuff planned for the next couple of weeks. I have an idea for this week, on Friday, obviously, to get a guest in. Next week could be something special. We'll see about that. Obviously, don't want to jump to any conclusions or anything. Still working the kinks out on that. But make sure, just tune in every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday is going to be your weekly recap. Friday is going to have a guest on it. Thank you all for watching. This is Mal with the Mic, and I'll see y'all later. Peace!